put your little notes in the little folders.
My little notes, my little folders.
Little folders over
My
here.
little folders over here.
Are they color coded? Color coded.
They're not color coded yet.
This is not how we're starting.
That's gonna be a wild Saturday night for you.
I had a little cold open here that was
A little?
a little. God damn it!
A little cold open.
So one of the cool things about like living in Japan is there's like little things that for as long as I've been living here, they're still fascinating to me. Like riding public transportation with rikishi, or sumo wrestler as it's called in the West. Though they don't like being called sumo wrestlers because they're not really wrestling; it's a martial art more than anything. Anyway, but like you see, like when they're right now. At the time of this recording, there's the tournament's happening in my city, and like so they're everywhere. You see them wandering about, and you know sumo wrestlers when they're not wrestling, or rikishi when they're not rikishiing, is
official term.
We'll walk around in their traditional garb and stuff like that, and they've got their little tote baggie, and they're in their geita shoes and stuff like that, and it's so fascinating, and they're fucking huge, right? But it's just interesting to be like on a bus of commuters full of like 80-year-olds. University students, and then you just got like this big dude, like with the top knot and everything like that, and it's just fascinating. And it got me thinking: another person's clothes are your costume, like, right?
Okay, yeah, I hear you. If you're a Ghostbuster, I can see that.
You have a surprising spread of talking points in that one statement.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there. You know what I mean? But like, there's all these events happen the same day. One, I saw this rikishi on the bus, and then I also saw one on the subway. Then like another fellow teacher came in to talk to me in my office, and like this teacher dresses really casually. He's got like a kind of a skater guy vibe, even for like a mid-30s dude. He's like the Thrasher shirts, and was like, you go to school like that? But I just started thinking, like, I could never go to like teach wearing what you're wearing. Like your outfit is like if I was going to be like skater dude for Halloween. Right? And it's just like, and more broadly, like another person's outfit is your costume, is a costume for you. It becomes not you anymore, right?
Agreed.
Yeah. Yep.
I can totally see that.
Anyway.
No one would want to wear what I'm wearing, My clothes are so plain. Ugh.
Yeah, it's very strange that you showed up for today's podcast recording wearing like a Tarzan outfit.
Well,
and like a K-pop demon hunter wig. Like, what's going on with you, Chris?
I love that movie
Chris
so
is going
much.
through a phase.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started with K-pop demon hunters. I'm not going to talk about it. No, I'm not talking about it. Nope.
Love it.
Nope.
Good job, Maggie.
Good.
It's incredible. It's incredible.
So we hang our personalities or parts of our personalities on what we wear. It's like this sort of the way of like non-verbally communicating parts of our personality to the outside world and stuff like that. And some assholes do that with things that aren't non-organic. By having sort of like trophy pets or things like that. Like, they're carrying around a little chihuahua. I'm transitioning.
Okay.
Great.
And not the way that you think.
Well, congratulations if you are.
Chris is the one wearing the K-pop Demon Hunter's hairdo right now. The buns.
Buns of steel.
Buns. Not buns of steel. Anyway, we're talking about animals today.
Screw it, animals.
Aminals, companions,
pets, and the clothes that they wear.
And the clothes that they wear.
Why not? We'll get there.
Little sweaters, Chris.
There are like full-on shops that are designated for just clothes for pets in Japan. Probably everywhere. Who the hell knows?
Sandra, do you have any clothes for your dog?
Yeah, well, yes. We have the most amazing looking rain jacket. Practical. We live in the Pacific Northwest, but it looks awesome. It looks so good.
Is it like a little dinosaur? Is it like a little dinosaur with
No,
little teeth on the hood?
No, I wish. And she has a T-shirt that says like "Pup Cup Champion" and like a little Starbucks kind of.
Aww.
No,
that was a gift for her, and it's really cute.
I have mixed feelings about pet clothes. I think they are adorable as hell, and like the pets seem oblivious to having them on. But I'm always like,
largely, yeah.
I'm kind of like, are we like?
Are we the baddies?
Yeah, are we the baddies here? Whatever, like these poor animals. You know what I mean? Like we're just like, you know.
So we tried to put booties on Kuma.
Oh no!
It was the funniest thing
Oh, God.
I've ever seen.
They short circuit. They just do this ridiculous
weird,
walk,
yeah,
the flipper walk kind of thing.
Oh,
see, this is it. It's like this is like kind of making a mall Santa work on their day off.
Oh,
Yeah. Actually, strangely, yeah.
the booties actually have a purpose though, because we were
Yes.
walking a lot on concrete, so we wanted to try to, right? So, and also like in the winter, people like salt their driveways and things like that, and that's not great for their paws. So that's why we're trying to do that, but
It's
didn't work
almost like when you think about getting a pet, you should think about a pet that's appropriate for the environment that you live in. You don't want these big like shaggy dogs in like a huge like subtropical environment where the poor thing is just
true.
sweating. Well, they don't sweat, I guess, but like
So like huskies everywhere.
yeah. We're not talking about pet clothes, but yeah, pet clothes are adorable. We buy pet clothes for our pet dog, like pet cat dolls. It just gives them character because I'm
picturing the Venn diagram here of it.
we're inherent storytellers. We're inherent storytellers, and like we have little hats for them and little outfits, and they like as a D&D, like we give them these characters, these stuffed animals personalities. We take pictures of them. I wish there's a word for that, by the way, in Japanese. It's called nui katsu, which means like people who take photos of their stuffed animals out in like public places and stuff. Anyway, so those like weird like words that translate. There's not a word.
I carry
for
around
it,
a little dog, right? You know,
Yeah.
you've seen that dog around. So.
Wait,
I haven't seen it.
Chris is talking about his genitals, right?
Jeez.
Sorry. You don't got a hog flapping around there between
I mean, it's a big dog.
No, a little dog.
I got a little dog with a raincoat
little
on.
Shiba Inu.
This is off the rails already. Okay,
my
pets.
God.
RPGs. Focus.
That's an RPGs. Okay,
Focus.
so
What do you guys think? Yeah.
4 categories: familiars,
Ooh.
pets, mounts, and summons. These are all types of pets.
Oh, nice.
I like it.
All right.
And they all can kind of blend into each other. You can have a pet that's a summon. You can have a pet that's a mount. You can have a mount that's a summon. Blah 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 blah. Yeah.
Exactly. Right?
Not even going there.
So
not
they're-
going to have the intrusive thought come out. No.
Remember now.
Now, here's my basic rules. All right.
Hmm.
Familiars, mounts, and summons, they get turns, but pets don't.
Hmm.
What do you think?
Pets don't
What do
get
you
a
think? What do you
turn.
think? Pets
'Cause
don't
of-
get a turn.
Well, because anything that has a turn can die in combat.
Can die in combat and also bog down combat, right?
Oh,
Yeah, it does.
you don't wanna
yeah.
give your
physically
hamster-
does things. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So familiars, they're usually a class feature. Mounts are usually something that you acquire, and summons are usually from a spell or some sort of crystal with a demon in it, right?
yeah.
Oh, he's a crystal with a
Well,
demon.
my hot take here is like summoner classes are aggravating.
Oh, I know. I summon 4 boars and 3 hawks, and you're like, okay, how are you gonna
Yay,
handle
dinner
this?
served.
Yeah, dinners. Well, yeah, exactly, and or even familiars for that matter. I'm kind of like very reticent to even put them in my game because it just gives these opportunities. And we've talked about this, I think, real early back in the day, episode 7 or 8 or something like that. And it's just about, okay, then now everything can be done via the familiar, and now the players are not putting themselves at risk. And like the whole point is putting yourself at risk.
A battlefield drone.
It's a battlefield drone. Yeah, exactly.
I also remember mentioning, though, I'm really I have some pretty harsh rules for familiars and for like summons and things like that. Like if a summon dies, you're not allowed to use that summon for like 2 in-game months.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you're just without that summon, and you can't summon something similar to it.
And for those 2 months when it's non-summoned, it's just living in a state of not alive, not dead, in a black void, just
But brooding.
Well, I also like I've sometimes had this thought that maybe they just don't want to be summoned for a little while. They're just like, no, I'm taking a break. I'm not.
That's fair.
When you summon in the Phoenix, it's got like a bathrobe on and like a shower cap. And it's like, oh, come on! Like I got 1 day a week. Okay, well let's focus on. Let's go back to pets then. Let's go back to pets because I almost feel like when I brought up this topic for you guys, this is the thing that I really wanted to talk about because it's almost like maybe it's just me. Maybe I haven't brought them up in my game so much. Is having like a pet as part of like the story or part of a character or part of like the downtime moments and just like having pet and like you could even be a vehicle for like look at like John Wick or whatever, right? Like isn't his whole thing like that they killed him or whatever, but they also killed his dog or some shit? Well, I've never seen the John Wick movies.
No, they didn't kill him, but he was trying to get out. But they keep on pulling him in, right?
Yeah.
Oh, they tried to kill him. Yeah, okay, got it. I got it. But I guess we did do it a little bit with the characters last year, right? Sandra with the family whose family pet was an alligator.
Yeah.
An alligator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
was kind of like their heraldry and stuff. So of course they being like powerful and wealthy enough, they had caimans, and it's like, why the hell would you have this in this climate? Well, because we can.
Yeah, true. But would they get turns?
No.
Okay,
No.
let's make it sure.
Definitely not.
One bit me though.
Came and bit me, and it really hurt.
It really hurt.
It's still hurting. It's still hurting.
I have a scar right here.
Ow!
And what did you learn? Caimans suck.
I don't think you guys knew the reference that I was pulling for.
Nope.
Do you?
No.
Charlie bit my finger.
Oh, okay, that's where you're headed.
Yeah,
you needed a little bit more pep.
Yeah.
Okay. I was
Gotcha.
I said Kami bit my finger, and it really hurt. It really hurt.
Yeah, maybe I haven't been exposed to it recently.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, sorry, you're not picking up like meme from 10 years ago.
10 years ago, it might be 15 years ago.
Yeah, a little longer.
All right.
Yeah.
So, what are your feelings on pets in RPG games? Then, how could they be used, or should they be used, or should we just like? I mean, obviously, it's an aspect of life and society. So, like, RPG is a synthesis to that. So, why not use them? But like, what are your feelings?
So, I'm always going to take the stance that if there is a story reason, is this going to tell a better story? Like, pets do an amazing bit of empathy work, sympathy.
True.
It softens hard characters. It gives really unexpected things to kind of play off of if your character's feeling a little flat. And boy, are you going to make some serious decisions to protect it if your group's fallen in love with it.
Like Blofeld's cat from the 007 movies and stuff like that. He's got like this white cat that's cute as fuck. And like the thing that I love imagining whenever I watch these scenes, because in like a lot of the earlier James Bond, you never get to see Blofeld's head. It just shows him. It's sort of like, you know, they parodied it with Inspector Gadget, right?
Yeah.
Claw, where he's always just stroking the cat and, you know, talking about like the plans and all this kind of stuff. And me and my wife always say, no, like, in fact, Blofeld is the cat. Like, it's the cat. The cat's telepathically communicating to everybody, and like, it's the real villain is the cat, and that just reframes the 007 movies. Totally, Spectre is run by a cat.
Hey, that's easier to do in D&D than any other movie,
right?
really.
Like, an evil cat is the mastermind behind the whole thing. Brilliant.
Or like they've put his mind into the cat, so it's kind of like, you know.
Right.
It's that's the deception.
Right. So when they finally lock up the human Blofeld, then he scurries off and exactly, implants his mind somewhere else. Yeah. Very cool.
Genius.
So is Scooby-Doo a pet?
I would say he's not.
Familiar.
Right?
because he does interact with the environment. He does affect things.
He's at least a
directly.
familiar.
Like he's more useful than Shaggy. So
Well, Shaggy and Scoob. Oh, hey there, Scoob.
Yoinks.
Yoinks. No, like they're like a comic duo, the two of them, right? They're like Laurel and Hardy, Abbott and Costello, straight guy in the film, but they're both like foils for each other. Whatever. They're not like
Which one's the
neither of them.
familiar? Is Shaggy the familiar?
Pretty much, yeah. He seems less confident than Scooby Doo. I mean, the name of the show is named after him. He's the protagonist. Scooby Doo is the protagonist, right?
Wait, that's an interesting point, though. Like we're talking about making animals be like the less direct played thing here, but like, yeah, I kind of like Shaggy being the familiar. That's really
Shaggy
awesome.
is the familiar. The rest of the
Mystery Incorporated or something. I don't know.
I mean, it's the Mystery Machine.
I'm not sure.
Google
it.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus!
I'm not gonna Google it.
The
audience can.
Yeah, let's live in the pocket of not knowing shit. We don't gotta Google everything.
Too bad I did. It's the Mystery Gang or the Scooby Gang. They couldn't even have one name.
Or the Scooby Gang. Yeah, right. Now we're starting to blend the sort of like the difference, the distinction between a pet, which like implies this like weird like ownership, and but they're part of the family. Well, what's one comedian had a joke that says like, "Why do you buy a pet? It's like so we can be sad in 14 years."
Oh God! Sorry, listeners. Jeez. Sorry, guys. I gotta go hug my puppers right now because they made me cry.
Hug your puppers, and Yanko-san. All right, but let's keep. We're still unpacking. We're taking the concept, the theme of pets and RPG games, and we're taking all the information. We're spreading it out over the table here. What other thoughts are we having?
Yeah, just one more thing for me to take away from them later.
What? Did you guys like eat evil soup today? Like, what the heck?
Everyone loves pets, right? And then it always raises the stakes. If the house is on fire, of course you're gonna run in to get your snail.
Yeah, you would have saved your own ass, but you're like, no, Fluffy.
Right?
Yeah, that's important.
That's just one extra dangerous role to fail, right?
It ups the stakes. It adds more,
Indeed.
threat to the situation. It's like every time a bunch of player characters roll into a new village, all the villagers should get GTFO because something's gonna go down in that village. It's like, the pets are the first to flee. You know what I mean? They're like, get out of here! It's like birds before an earthquake or whatever. They know what's going on.
All the rats flee.
Yeah. Okay, well, maybe we take a quick little break here, and then we could go back and we talk about maybe more creative uses of pets, familiars, mounts, and summons in your game in the second half. Summons. After this! Okay, and we are back. And for the ever elusive middle segment of the 3RPG podcast, this time we have another listener question. Woohoo! If you do have an idea for a question that you'd like to ask the 3RPG podcast, please email us at the 3RPGpodcast@gmail.com. I think that's the fucking...
Oh my God. Just check the comments or just leave a comment. We'll also read from there.
This one's from Killa Chris. That's his name. He asks,
I'll be honest, I'm super competitive. If we're playing Candyland, someone's leaving the table in emotional debt. How does that energy translate to D&D, where apparently you're supposed to cooperate and not destroy your friends?
All right. What do you think?
Awesome. Competitive Candyland is like my new hobby now. I'm gonna
I'm
start
gonna
like
make a WoW character name that.
yeah. I'm quitting chess club. I'm just gonna make competitive Candyland. And you bring your own deck of cards. It's like Magic the Gathering, or you get like all and like you shuffle them all together. You know, God damn it. Yeah, competitive Candyland is awesome. Oh yeah, how do we deal with competitiveness in games? Well, okay, I think certain RPG games that are out there are designed to be competitive, and that's sort of fun.
Right.
Or you can skin a one-shot adventure to make it competitive in a way that it's competitive so that it's not getting your friends kind of bum hurt if they lose. Sometimes the point of a game is the journey, not the destination. But you do have to wiggle. It does seem like Killer Chris maybe enjoys kind of getting one over on someone. I wonder if he also enjoys when he's losing in Candyland. But yeah, so like I've done situations where I've done a kind of cavern delving adventure where you can die, and then you die, you kind of go back to the start, and now the party is split, and you just keep trying. You're trying to get there, and collectively you're still trying to get a goal, which is get across that finish line. The person who gets across the finish line is the winner, and then you could say like, okay, now the gates all close, and everyone who's still in there is trapped. Or at the last moment, give a little moment where only one of you can escape, and you have to do a little prisoner's dilemma type of thing, a little lifeboat moment. There's not only enough food for one of you to eat, and you can do these like little mini competitions within the game if it's like a survival horror or full-on horror campaign setting. So that's one option.
True. Yeah, it also depends on the genre. You're right.
For me, it's buy-in. Like any community, any social
Yes.
thing where you're with other people, it's like there has to be some degree of buy-in going into it. Otherwise, if somebody just like dominates, then it becomes their own damn game, and everyone's gonna hate them. And like you're here to enjoy your time with someone else, playing a game, being in a community, whatever it is. If you start breaking the covenants of that community, you're gonna get kicked out. I mean, it happens in a lot of gaming groups, guilds, things like that, where suddenly somebody becomes too damn serious, and the rest of the group is about like playing with each other. And guess what happens to the person who's too serious? They get kicked out.
I guess what you're implying then or suggesting is that then what a group can do if they wanted to add a competitive element is start off with like a XP points system or something like that, and then that everyone knowing that that's the nature of the game, that there is a winner to this achievement, and you'll get more loot, whoever is the most, and that could be kind of like the fun thing of when they get into combat, people are now making decisions based around the fact that they may not make the ideal choice for the story, but they're like farming for XP, and then you can design these encounters, which if they do that, you're trying to balancing how often they kind of work together, but are still trying to get one up on their opponent, et cetera, right?
Yeah, it also it entirely depends on what you're competing for, right? If you're competing to kill each other, then that's a totally different, a different game or one shot than say if you
vibe.
Right? So it depends on your game, depends on your group. I'm sure there are groups out there that enjoy this sort of thing.
You are competing to get to Candy Castle, of course, with the weird King Candy. Welcome to my candy palace, little children.
I don't think I want to play this anymore. I wasn't prepared.
Yeah, but in order to get to Candy Castle, you gotta get past Gloopy.
You need 100 candy cane shards.
Oh God.
What the hell just happened in my living room?
No, this is just me being a sick and twisted person. But just to go back to Candyland again for a moment, because it's fucking hilarious, and it's not a game. It is
hilarious.
It's not a game, but it's a game that makes kids cry, which is fucking hilarious.
It's a tear factory.
And it's just, it's weird. It's like, there's nothing more enjoyable to me than watching a child cry at Disneyland. Like, the expectations have been set so high, and there's like the couple, like young couples just fighting each other. But anyway.
Find the Gen X in the room right here. They laugh at kids crying. Every one of them. Every damn one of them.
But like Queen Frostine, Lord Licorice, Grandma Nut, Yeah, she
Grandma Nut.
Yeah, she nut.
Is that a verb?
Grandma still nut, baby. those old people homes are off the
Wow.
hook. Yeah. So Mr. Mint of Peppermint Forest. Candyland is, I would make a competitive game in a Candyland environment, like a Willy Wonka's chocolate factory.
Dude, I
where
want a Squid Games in this.
Where people,
Oh, yeah.
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, where people have, like, that's the game. You play Squid Game, and the person who survives is the winner, and therefore it's competitive. And the buy-in is easy because then all the players can sort of say, like, oh shit, now you're you're competing against the game rather than each other, but you're also sort of betting
And against each other as well.
Yes,
Yep.
because humans are the most dangerous game.
Nah. Hungry hippos.
You hippos do kill
Hippos
a lot
kill
of
so many
people.
people, right?
Yeah, hippos are
people. Slaps hood of car.
I got a quick story about hungry hippos. Do you know my hungry hippo story?
Sandra would know it better than I would.
I think I do.
As a kid, I really wanted hungry hippos. It's just I wanted that game. It was like one of those like early moments of like desire in
It
my
was so
youth
fun
or
in the
something like that.
commercial.
It looked so fun in the commercial. Yeah,
It was fun in real life.
It gives you about 30 seconds of fun.
Look at this guy having hungry hippo.
Nobody's
Yeah.
playing like multiple rounds of hungry hippos. I mean, but
Says you.
yeah.
We are unlocking so many mysteries about Chris.
You're playing hungry hippos solo.
I have 2 arms.
You have 2 arms. So I wanted this game so bad, and I never got it. I never got it as a kid, right?
Me either.
Then one day, I'm home from uni and visiting the family, and like a repressing of the game comes out for modern audiences. Hey, kid, run hungry hippo, stupid kids commercials, and I'm like reminded, I'm like, oh, yeah, exactly, yeah, Crossfire! You don't get caught up in that. So, child of the 80s here. So, I saw the commercial for Hungry Hippos, and I was like, I articulated how, I really wanted that toy as a kid.
That kid is a toy.
No, I'm not King Candy.
Yeah, you're more like Grandma Nut.
Which all the kids who make it to the end of at the end of Candy Crush, what the fuck it's called, Candyland, get baked into the cake castle, and like the whole place is built on like the charred souls of the children who made it there. So I said, I wanted this game, and then my mom goes, you know why you never got it? I'm like, wait, what? There's a story here? And she's like, yeah. She's like, I was happy to buy you the game, and we went to Toys R Us to get it, and it was sold out because it was really popular. And then you caused a fit in the store and like started crying. And she said to me, she says, if you don't stop crying, you're never gonna get that fucking game. I guess I never stopped crying because I never got the game.
Fucking Tear Factory.
I thought it was going to parallel the D&D like a satanic panic thing.
Well, no. Oh, yeah, exactly. The satanic
Hippo
panic.
panic.
Hungry hippos.
It'll eat your soul.
So, Chris, I hope that answers your question.
Killer Chris, not Chris.
Killer
Wow.
Chris. KILLAH.
I think I wrote it down somewhere.
Killer. Ugh.
And we're back to talking about pets. Hippos.
Hippos.
Gumdrops. chocolate rabbits.
All the things dripping out of Jay's brain right now.
Yeah. Chocolate rabbits for Easter.
That's not a pet. It's not a pet.
King Candy has left the chat. Okay, how might we suggest to players and listeners out there then ways to use pets in their game if they wanted to implement them?
Villains should always have awesome. Villains should have awesome pets.
Mm-hmm.
Always a parrot.
Yeah, always a parrot.
Yeah,
monkeys are great.
Gilbert Godfrey.
Gilbert Godfrey. Yeah.
Yagos.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the idea of giving them a small they have one or two things, maybe three, that the familiar can do. Going back to leveling up, maybe that things that they could do improve over time. Thus, the familiar / pet / mount / summon improves over time. That the player can then use on their turn as like a bonus action or something like that. And therefore, the economy and the combat economy doesn't get around to the one player who's got the kind of gaggle of geese behind them.
Barnacle geese.
The gaggle of barnacle geese.
Geese are the worst, and
Yeah.
barnacle geese are even worse.
But what they do is they're still taking the same amount of time on their turn to do their things, but then they're using the familiar as part of their action. I think that is a real fix to just solve the whole summoner pets in combat dragging it down idea, right?
So how much are you going to make your players stick to the realism? Like, if one wants a hippo, what are you going to do to them to have that hippo? Because, like, I feel like it's easy to have, like, a chihuahua in your bag, right? There's not too many penalties in your RP for it, but the bigger the pet, like, you want to walk into a town with a bear, how much are you going to punish your players for that?
You got to ask the question, why do they want that pet? So why do they want a hippo specifically, right? What is it about the hippo that they want? Is it because it can eat people?
It was my father's hippo.
It was your father's hippo?
No, because they've always wanted it since childhood, and because they threw a fit at Toys R Us and they never got one.
And they never got one.
They finally get around to the shit goes deep, man.
Yeah. It's just hippos all the way down.
All the way down, exactly.
Well, the first question, though, is, like, does that animal fit
Yeah.
the setting, right?
And the topography in the area, like, would it even be in this environment?
Like, let's assume it doesn't. Let's assume it would terrify the villagers. Like, how much are you going to lean into that? Like,
there should be consequences for strange things, unless if it's something that is strange but nobody counts it as being strange. Like, everybody has a hippo. Like,
yeah. It seems to be unnecessary drama.
Yeah.
To getting in the way of the story, unless it's central to the story. Unless you're telling a story about, like, the little hippo that was unaccepted in the the northern enclave, and is slowly they're fighting to get the hippo recognition. You know what I mean? Let this hippo wear its goddamn ballerina tutu is all it wants. Like the shit.
Nobody could be afraid of it then.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But like, it just seems like that could be a thing. That could be a thing. If somebody does want to be, this hunter character that has like the sort of bear that follows them around. They walk into a bar. You can have a quick scene where everyone freaks out and runs, and now they're just there alone. And like they could be like, see, I told you there was seating, and then they sit down, and they have their meeting, and they move on. It's just like a fun little comic relief moment, right? You could do that. So it's scratching the fun itch of that character that wants to do that. You can make amends for it. Bigger questions imply: does it fit into the world? Does it fit into the world building? I want a dragon. There's no dragons in this world, but I still want a dragon. Okay, let's play a different game.
Here's a pug in a dragon costume.
yeah, exactly. In pet clothes, a dragon
Chihuahua Chihuahua in a dragon costume, right?
Yeah. In a dragon raincoat, and then
would actually be pretty fierce.
Chihuahua, man.
They're such strange little creatures.
Yeah.
I always think that if a chihuahua lets you touch it, you're probably a pretty decent person or the height of evil. There's no in between.
Would you like someone to have like a hippo familiar in the campaign? Like, say one of the other players in your campaign was just like, I want a hippo. How would you react as a player?
I think it could totally work. Like, if you're doing a setting as well, especially like a setting that's set in like a kind of a fantasy China or India or something like that, it could totally work. Africa, you know what I mean? Like something that's sort of more like quote unquote ethnic or something like that. You could probably do like hippos. And so the hippos a playable class, right? In 5th edition, right?
Not a huge fan of that, but
you just don't you got a hippo bias.
Wow, what did hippos do to you? You literally got the game.
I loved hippos.
Loved. It sounded like past tense.
Hippo pop bias.
Hip Hop Anonymous?
Hip Hop Anonymous. My lyrics are bottled.
Like Papadopoulos.
It's George Stephanopoulos. Okay,
Damn.
Jesus.
We can make a rap out of this, a hippo rap.
Hippo rap.
So wait. So you're kind of against having like something like that in your game, Chris. I'm kind of surprised by that.
It needs to be like it often will break immersion if it doesn't fit, right? And
But isn't that
the
on
thing
like
is,
the player to make it fit? Like it's a
maybe,
lot of
but
effort. It's a pet is a lot of responsibility, whether it's real or RP.
for me though, for my enjoyment as a DM though, I also need to figure out how that fits and how that would work in the world, right?
Yeah.
And it depends on the crazier it is. Well, it depends if you go on one side of craziness, like you have like zombie deer or something
Zombie
like that.
hippo.
That's to me that's more likely to happen than say a hippo, right? In the middle of nowhere.
I mean, it could hijack a story, that's for sure. And that was definitely something I had on my list here is like, pets potentially becoming more central than like the player
Then
or players at the
other
table.
player characters, yeah.
So definitely thinks it would dip into that category.
But if you just walked into a tavern and, like behind the bar, like wearing an apron and sort of like, polishing glasses and something like that was just like a hippo there, just do, had like the little Moscow Mule cups. And like it was just kind of like, serving drinks. Like it could totally work. It could work in a fantasy setting. This could be like a really high fantasy kind of anime inspired thing. You know what I mean? Fish netting up in the ceilings and, red and white tablecloth covered. It's a TGA Fridays.
Does the hippo have enough flair?
Yeah, the hippos wear flair, and he's a quest giver with an exclamation point over his head. That's how you put pets into your game. Put exclamation points over their head.
If it wasn't my main campaign, okay, sure. But if it was just a one-off game, sure, okay. I have no problem with that.
Of course.
But I was actually thinking it through the view of my main campaign in my main campaign world.
Right.
'Cause I can't see myself putting a hippo bartender in my world.
Well, you don't even have dragons in your world, do you? Or
we do,
what was it?
but we have dragons, but they're terrifying, like absolutely terrifying.
You had another one where somebody was playing in your world and you didn't want them to have a certain type of creature, and I'm trying to remember what it was, but
there's been a couple of those where they threw in dragons, but they were not the kind of dragons that I was looking for.
You were kind of derpy dragons, like hey.
Well, like dragons that you would meet at like 4th level, and I'm like,
I see.
You just get incinerated.
Level 2 adventurers fighting gorgons.
We have to direct this conversation back towards what listeners might find. Like what? So this second half, I'm putting it under the framework of like how can they use them? So for Chris, in your world, like certain type of pets don't work because they break out of the sort of the genre element that you've established for your world. And so if you're going to use pets, make sure they fit within the genre elements of your world. Done. Right? Yep. As for combat, you think about your combat economy, think about how long a turn takes, what people could do on their turn, and how you could fit pets or pet actions into a turn in various ways using maybe even different colored dice that you roll at the same time, and that's the familiar's role in addition to your role, right? There's so many workarounds in that regard, right? With regard to story, you have situations where they could possibly get in the way of drama and making more chaos than they're worth, so consider that, or kind of hand swipe them away in various means, magical or otherwise, that you can do in the game or via a montage, which is our topic for a few weeks from now.
Teaser. You've been teased.
You've been teased back. 3RPG.
One of my favorite uses of familiars or of pets. I had this one character. His name was Pigeon Man, and he was one of the most terrifying. He was one of the most terrifying villains that they had ever encountered.
Ping pong. Creek. It's Pigeon Man's at the door.
I'm Pigeon Man. Hello.
We're not in the market. Slam. Pigeon Man was selling brushes.
But the concept was like he was the similar as to like a wizard, right? He was like a wizard, and he was shooting like fireballs and swarms of pigeons at people, right?
Whoa!
That was the idea.
Teenage pigeons?
Pigeon Wizard.
No, all adults.
No, full grown ass pigeons. Damn.
And I guess one of the most terrifying things that I'd come up with is that he also had a dagger in his hand, and what he would do is like he had pigeons covering his shoulders, and they just poop all over his clothes, right? So he would also take his dagger and like scrape some of the droppings off, and then try to stab you with the dagger, meaning that you just get terrible, terrible infections and things like that from even a single like stab.
My God.
The Pigeon Wizard lives in St. Mark's Basilica in Venice, right? Like when he steps out and just goes like, "Fly, my pretties," and they all like shit over tourists.
Why does it sound like you're insulting somebody, you Pigeon Wizard?
Yeah, Pigeon Wizard.
That's an awesome insult.
I'm gonna call people Pigeon Wizards now.
No,
Pigeon Wizard.
Pigeon
Wizard.
Yeah, I can't remember the full name of the band. Let me see if I can find it here. Yeah, there's an Australian rock band from that's called King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. And they're awesome. They're awesome, by the way. They're so good. They're like a jam band, and they're kick ass. And one of their albums has got like more of like a psychedelic vibe to it. It's just really good, really good.
We
stuff.
will put the link down below. You also remember, completely unrelated, but we have a really good food truck here called the Cheese Wizards. They make grilled cheese.
Oh, it's an awesome name.
They go together really well, though.
As the podcast episode number increases, so do the references to Sandra and her associations with cheese.
Oh my God.
Cheese and street food.
Yeah, you're a cheese apprentice.
With
Dude,
your
the food truck, like, the food truck life out here is really good, you know?
Vancouver as well.
I know.
Awesome.
Portland, everybody. Like,
Yep.
the whole West Coast is good on food trucks.
Well, I'm having a real hard time to kind of find an out.
Oh,
so
wait, more. I have more. Reskinning Familiars. It's very important to also be able to reskin your familiars. As long as their basic rules still apply, it shouldn't be a problem. See, in my world, I don't mind if you have like a squirrel that is like a clockwork squirrel, or a skeletal squirrel, celestial, a candy golem, or a transmogrified, as long as it's not a hippo.
What about a clockwork hippo? That's even more terrifying. It's a big robot hippo.
Yeah, and as long as they serve like the same purpose as the original, and like any changes or benefits that they have are fair, that have suitable drawbacks as well, right? So if you do have a clockwork skeletal squirrel, people will notice it. A skeletal
Damn well, I hope
clockwork.
they do. It's fucking kick ass.
well, on that note, I think our clockwork hippo is kind of wants out.
Oh God, not on the carpet again. No.
We need to take it for a walk because
Because
I
Just
give
use your
up.
imagination, everyone.
Yeah. Bye.
because it's hungry.
Yeah.
Ciao. It was a quiet ciao.
It wants chow.
It wants chow.
It wants ciao.
Worst ending ever.
Oh,
Worst
I'm sure
ending ever.
we could do worse. The 3RPG Podcast is produced and performed by Sandra Rosner, Chris Takasaki, and Jay Underwood. Music and audio editing, mix, and master is done by Jay Underwood, art by Chris Takasaki. If you'd like to be a guest on the show or have any questions, please email us at 3rpgpodcast@gmail.com. If you would like to support the 3RPG Podcast, please visit our Patreon or visit our website at www.3rpg.com. That is THREERPG.com.